Hello. If you are new, my name is Eliza Mozal. I am an energy healer and a spiritual mentor. I am absolutely passionate about helping people discover their magnificence, their divinity, by helping them heal their own energy. And I wanted to talk here in this live, in this video. I don't have that much time because in 20 minutes I am hosting another free group energy healing meditation, and the Zoom link for that meditation is in Sovereign Hearts group on Facebook by Eliza Mozal. You are invited if you want to join us. And in this live, I felt called to come and share this beautiful message of how healing my own energy healed my whole life. Not only that, I have shown and guided multiple people, huge amount of people, to do exactly the same and more and more. So how is that happening? How is that working? Let me just share with you one thing. Over 99.99% of us and everything else you can touch, hear, see is energy. It's energy. It is space. It is space, empty space. Scientists say no longer empty space, filled up with some substance, energy. And less than 0.0001% it is matter, but it doesn't actually matter. It is a little bit more like a vibration like a musical tone, and it vibrates in and out of the space 8 times per second. It vibrates so high, so fast, that it appears to be still. That's why we can touch and feel it. But actually, those particles, just like ourselves, are popping in and out of space. And now every single one of us, as our own souls on our own journey, came into this existence, and we were much closer straight after the birth to be connected with our joy, with our flow. Joy is the gate for soul expression, okay? Joy is a way of expressing ourselves. And I do truly believe we came here to express ourselves. And the more conditioning is placed on the top of us, the more we are taught about the things we should and shouldn't be, how others should be and shouldn't be, what someone should be ashamed of, what someone should do, what they shouldn't do. The more of that kind of conditioning we are receiving, and the more we are left out on our own with a painful interpretation of something that happened or something we believe it shouldn't happen, which is trauma, definition of trauma, the more we are left up without, the more that is repressed, suppressed, and possibly depressed also in our bodies. So the further away we go from our own soul expression, and deeper into heavy, embedded, low spinning energy, most of the time guilt and shame, which is the lowest vibrational frequency on the scale of consciousness. Even anger is higher than guilt and shame, and is a beautiful stepping stone for releasing energy, releasing trapped emotions, so we can go into expressing ourselves, love, joy, and freedom in any way we desire when we are in those states. Not saying that feeling guilt and shame is something wrong with it. It's an entirely different life experience when unconsciously, unknown to us, we are driven by suppressed and repressed feelings and emotions, energies, low spinning vibrational energies like guilt and shame. We never actually don't know. I didn't know in the past that I am driven by guilt and shame. It just felt like me, and it didn't feel good, so I didn't like myself. And the decisions I made in my life were not the ones I would say they were loving towards myself also. I would over and over again place myself in a position to be hurt. I would over and over again feel guilt and shame and embarrassment about who am I and how am I showing myself up into this world. So of course, when that repressed and suppressed guilt and shame is within us, that's what we operate from, unknown to us, believing it is us, believing I am that old, shameful, horrible, unpleasant experience, and that energy drives us in our teenage and adult life into recreating and repeating more and more of the same. The whole journey changes when we are given the opportunity, usually in a shape of a massive amount of pain, maybe even illness, maybe even a diagnosis, or some kind of crisis life situation where we are forced, pushed off the building into the unknown. And this is when we are finally have the opportunity, a bigger opportunity. We have that opportunity in every now moment. But these are the moments when we humans in our human nature, overflowing in fear and lack and guilt and shame on a root level, this is when we are in this tragic situations, are able to realize that, okay, there has to be another way. I have a feeling that there are things I've been doing, thinking, feeling, expressing, that they are not for my greatest good. And I have a feeling, hello everyone, so much love, so much love, so much love to you back. And I have a feeling when we are facing that crisis, we have a feeling, okay, there's something I am doing wrong. We have that deep knowing also, I have created it. Because when we come so still, when we come so present, we touch on our divine nature, which is a creator. We know deep inside there is no one and nothing to blame. We are the only cause of everything we are experiencing. And that's the moment when we can take guilt and shame, when we can take pride and ego, put it at least for a moment on the side and realize, okay, but also, woohoo, because if I created this situation in my life, if I have placed myself into that, in the same way, I can create entirely different experience. And that's when the light bulb moment goes up, and that's when we start investing into ourselves and realizing sooner or later, depending on how willing you are to invest into yourself, your love, your focus, your joy, your compassion, your own forgiveness towards yourself, your own beautiful loving energy to you, no longer constantly leaking to others. And that's the moment when our life changes. Because we are realizing the more we invest our beautiful energy into ourselves, we are realizing, oh my goodness, I can actually create such a beautiful, magnificent emotions, feelings, and experiences that it blows my own mind. And that's what we start to do. We start realizing, okay, I can do it on my own, and it's probably gonna take a really long time and a lot of effort. It might get me somewhere, it might not. I have no promise. Or I can use someone else's help, support, and guidance. Because after all, we are not on this earth on our own to do it all on our own. And in the same time, we didn't receive that conditioning, that limitation, that trapped way of being in our fascia, in our body, in our energy centers. We received it from many, many, many others. Meaning, we need many, many, many others who did what we want to do right now to cross the bridge. Let me check the time for the meditation. We have 12 minutes. So I wanted to share with you this profound message. When you are at the point in your life when you realize, if I created that reality that I no longer want to be in, I don't need to shame myself, I don't need to blame others, I don't need to blame me. I can just simply pause and realize that if I will master my own energy to keep on creating and after that recreating the new reality, the one I would like to experience, the one in which I feel phenomenal about me, the one in which I feel free and I feel empowered. And if I want to quit 9 to 5, I am quitting that 9 to 5. And I know that the divine has my back and it has my front, the same way as I have my own back and my own front. Because I'm going to invest more money, more time, more energy from now on into me, into my own ever growth. When you are in this place of your life, oh my goodness, the crown goes on the top of your head. From then on, it is just the most beautiful and amazing adventure. And it isn't always easiest because we are learning that, okay, what is it in my energy that keeps on creating those relationships where I feel unloved and cheated and all of it, okay? Or another situation, how come I am always placing myself in a job where the boss is an asshole, okay? Or another situation, how come I am always placing myself and my thinking and my energy the way it feels like I am supposed to live in lack, which is entirely against our soul's nature. It's against the whole energy of a whole wide world. If you will look up at the sky at the nighttime, you will see unlimited, abundant amount of stars. When you will go to the beach and you will look at the sand, you will see unlimited amount of it because everything is abundance. When it flows easily without restrictions. So if within your system there is a huge, massive amount of guilt and shame, unworthiness, lack, decades of feeling and thinking not good enough, that energy is stored in your nervous system and it dictates your reality. It tells you what to do, what not to do. You think for yourself. Newsflash, no. Your old mind, your old harmed, damaged nervous system thinks for you, believing it wants to keep you away from more pain, but actually keeps you locked and stuck in a comfort zone / killer zone. And if you are like myself in the past, really honest with yourself, you will realize that comfort zone is not actually a comfort zone. I'm living in fear. I'm living in lack. I believe there is no one out there good for me. Okay? That's not a comfort zone. That's already a killer zone. And that mode is on. I speak from experience and from working with so many people who have exactly the same foundation, energetic foundation. So what is the best thing that I ever did for myself after living 90% of my life in trauma, in depression, in fear, in lack, believing I am the most ugly and horrible person to be with? That's what I truly deeply believed. I was convinced. I was walking, breathing, living expression of guilt and shame. And that's the energy I carried, and that's the reality I created. Got myself into abusive relationship, got myself cut off from even receiving. I was unable to even receive the support because my mind would convince me that I cannot afford it, and I did have a credit card. My mind convinced me I am not good enough, that's not gonna happen for me. My mind convinced me they don't get me, right? It's a typical ego game and play to keep us stuck. They don't get me, they don't understand me, I don't belong to them, I'm not like them. I'm probably supposed to stay in this low state. Newsflash, no. You came here to experience abundance. Abundance of love. Abundance of joy. Abundance of money. Abundance of adventure. And abundance of peace and love and joy and flow of energy from first energy center to the last one. Flow and experiencing stuff. Old, new, present, future. Experiencing them, not being them. When I learned that I am not the guilt and shame I identified with, my whole life changed. What then I had to do? master, and heal my energy and my nervous system. So I no longer am my biggest enemy. So I no longer am operating from a self-destructive pattern that was against me, that was creating this dis-ease in my body. At the age of 33, I felt like an over 70-year-old, very ill person. And I was really pissed off. And I didn't know how to release it, how to change it, until I said, okay, whatever it is that I'm doing, it's pesh, and it has to change. And I did. I'm gonna finish that video in 1 minute. If you've got value from that video, be sure to comment below and share that video on your platforms or with your friends, your loved ones, your family. The thing is that we never know when someone else is in such a low place. Why? Because we always put a face on. Because we don't feel safe to feel the sadness, depression, suicidal thoughts. And we cannot point it out when someone else is suffering. So allow this high frequency message to be passed on. Be the chain of love that passes on high frequency content consistently. Also through your heart. Thank you for being here. If you would like to join me on a 3-month adventure of mastering and healing your energy and your nervous system, so you can stop being the enemy in your life, so you can stop sabotaging your progress, your healing, so you can learn how to love yourself, how to release the past, how to release the trauma and pain. If that is your desire, I have few spots left for Energy Mastery Empire Mastermind. I am closing the doors on Friday, so you have 3 days to join me. My best advice for you, if you have identified with what I've shared, message me ASAP or register and book your spot right now before someone else is gonna get it, or before your own mind is gonna turn you against you. I'm sending you so much love, many blessings, and I love you. See you on the meditation.